Hi everybody, this is Louisa and I'm going to share with you my favorite, so far, my favorite project ever. As I mentioned in my last video when I was picking the winner for my giveaway, I had bought two of these clocks. And they are from the Big Lots for $8. And I got this black one, which if you can see the size of my hand, it's bigger than my hand. And then I got a purple one that's about the color of this purple, maybe. Maybe a little brighter than that. I have been dying, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you have been looking for these clocks. I've been dying to do this project since the first time I saw Miranda, who is Miss Liberty 24, 21. I can't remember exactly, but we all know Miranda. And she does the most gorgeous clocks ever, the altered clocks. And the first time that I saw her first one, I was like in love with it. And since then, I've been wanting to do one, but I haven't been able to find a cheap enough clock. I've seen them, but I didn't want to spend so much money on something that I was going to rip up and alter. But I still wanted to make one that worked. And just a few days ago, on my phone at work, I showed Miranda's last clock that she did, I think, to my girlfriend at work, the one that's always ordering stuff for me, and she loved it just as much as me and was like, where can we get a clock? Because she wanted me to do one for her. And that's why I bought two clocks, one for me and one for her, and she's going to pay me for this one, and then the other one, I don't know how I'm going to do the style yet, but as you saw the pictures already, you know what it looks like. So yeah, so thanks to Miranda. She's like my biggest, oh, I love her work so much. I'm sorry about that. I have been inspired so much by her from the get-go when I first started doing YouTube. And along with other ladies, but she was the first one that I really, really loved watching. Okay, enough of that. Watching her work and watching her evolve and everything. So because of her, I've done and learned and picked up so many tips and tricks and ideas. So anyway, enough yakking. There it is. And guess what? It is working. I cannot, well, maybe I can tilt it. I don't want the chain to touch. I did remove the glass. Maybe I'll show you one more time the original one. Well, that's not going to stop. Sorry about that. I should turn it down. Okay, hopefully it doesn't make as much noise. Alright, so here we go again. There's the original clock. It has a glass. I took it apart. Here are the pieces. Now inside here, I don't know if you can see it, there's a space between the glass and the face. It's this plastic thing. I removed that so it would give me some more space to work with. I took off the face, just, you know, pulled it off, and that's where I added my paper, which is Graphic 45, the Steampunk Debutante, and I didn't have the actual sheet that has that image that you see there. This was actually from the frames paper. So, hold on one second. Okay, I'm back. Keep getting distractions. So anyway, like I said, I took it all apart. We ripped the paper off, put on that Graphic 45 Steampunk Debutante paper in the background. You see my chain's in the way. I can't really, I better hold it that way so it doesn't get in the way. And then inside there's some trim, and I don't know if you could see the trim that's around the edge there. It's actually one of the new trims that comes from Michael's. I went the other day. I didn't get a lot, that's why Okay. Keep getting messages. So I went the other day. Usually when I go shopping for other things other than crafty things, I cannot steer away from any crafty shops. They're always around wherever I go in this town, which it's a good thing and it's a bad thing. So when we run errands and stuff like that, I always make a stop either at the Dollar Tree, Michael's, or Joann's. Or Tuesday Morning, because that's another one that's close by. So this new trim at Michael's, they had black, and I picked up 2 of these because I love black. And here's one that's open. The one that I use on the inside is this rope, and it's kind of shiny. So I use that to trim the inside and kind of cover up the edge a bit. Use that. And let's see, where else? On the paper, now she has, there's a face there, if you can see that, hopefully. She had gears in her hair, so I just added some more gears there, and they're from this sticker collection that Melissa gave to me. We did like a product or crafty supply swap, and she sent me 2 of these from Jolie's Boutique. I've never seen these before, and I thought they were so cool, so I already started using one of the packs. And there was a whole bunch of little gears, and then there was a little bird. So I added the gears to the hands, to the paper, and then I added the bird. But the bird, I had to take off one of his wings so that he could fit in that spot. And then I put the wing on one of the hands. If you could see right there. So that's pretty much it on the clock face and the hands. It wasn't that hard taking it apart and putting it back together. I thought it was going to be. I had everything sprawled out on my desk, and I was like freaking out, like, oh my god, I hope I can put this back together and still make it work. Otherwise, it's just going to be a piece of sculpture instead of a clock. And it does ring and everything. Oh, and I forgot to show you, this clock came with, and maybe I'll turn off this light so maybe you can see better. Can you see back here? There's a little light, and in the dark it looks really cool. It lights up all the embellishments that I put. Anyway, on the base of this, the metal part, which I'll show you again, the clock, which, oh, here it is. It is metal. It's a metal clock, the whole thing. While I had everything apart, I painted it, and what I did was I first gessoed the whole thing with some white gesso just so that the paint would grab, because I was worried it might not grab to the metal. I only gave it 1 coat. I could have probably given it 2 coats, but it still worked. So on top of, I did everything. I did the 2 bells and then this here, and on the inside too, and you can see that the inside, I don't know if you could tell there, it's also painted the same way. So once the gesso dried, on the bells, what I used was, and everything, the colors are just acrylic paint. I used a metallic paint here, which is Dazzling Metallics from Deco Art, and it's called Worn Penny. It's one of the colors that I love using. Plus it's shiny. It's nice and metallic, as you can see here. I didn't do anything else. I just gave it 2 coats of that, and on everything I gave 2 coats. Underneath, I'm not going to be able to tilt this over without, let me see. You can see the green or the patina that's under there as well. On the rest of this, I use this folk art, which is actually called patina, and it came from Walmart. It was on clearance. It's kind of like a really bright teal. And I did the whole thing inside and out, 2 coats. Let me see which side I should show you there. 2 coats of that. But it was just a really bright green, exactly like that. So to get the look of an actual patina, worn look and everything, I sprayed it with my Lindy's Starburst green with Envy green. I used that to deepen the color of the green, and then I used dark chocolate truffle, and I just sprayed the whole thing. Let's see if I can move this stuff so you can see better the colors. and the patina. Once I finished spraying inside and out with my Lindy's, I went with my rub and buff, my trusty old rub and buff that I love so much. It's really messy. And this one is called Autumn Gold. And I just simply rubbed. I focus a lot on the edges here and these raised. There's some raised, I don't know if I can show you, but there's like a raised edge here and then here and then here. I just focus on getting a lot more on there and then rubbed a little bit everywhere else. So you got that look. I tried rubbing the rub and buff on the handles a little bit here and some on the feet. Really cute feet that it has. So then I was pretty much done. I put everything back together, made sure that it was still working, and it is a battery powered, and it started to work. So then I went ahead and broke out my embellishments and what I had used. I used a lot of goodies. I used some of the flowers from Prima that I had picked up at Tuesday morning. It was the perfect colors. And I layered a few of them, and they're right here underneath this flower. And then there's another one here. And this little flower is another Michael's find. And then my brown flowers, where are they? Here, here. There's one in the front. Those are Wild Orchid Crafts. Everything got sprayed with the same two colors, the green, what's it called? Green with Envy, and then the dark chocolate truffle. And then on top of that, I sprayed it with some teeth chattering teal, and that's the Starburst, the Winter Wonderland, I think it's called, that collection, or that set. Just to soften it all up after I added the dark colors to it. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it. So I just did a whole mess of flowers there. I actually started with this front part here. And what I started with, and you probably can't see it anymore, but it's this piece here, which is a long piece. And it looks, let's see if I have another one. I don't think I do have one. It's this thing right here. And this came in a pack. A little toy kit. I don't know if it was from the Dollar Tree or from Tuesday morning, but it was just a little box, like a Tinker Toy thing for kids. And I picked it up because it was only like $1, I think. And it had all these metal pieces. So I actually used something. I used one that looked like this, and I'll show you in a minute. And then I used that one flat one here. I started with this one to give me a base because this is such a skinny ledge. And I did want to do something in the front, and I couldn't go inside or my hands wouldn't turn. So I started off by adding that one. Let me grab it again. I put it around, let's see if I can do this. I put it backwards, right here. So it kind of went across here to here. It's kind of hard to do this backwards. It went this way. So it gave me a little more ledge to work on. Behind that, I added half of a metallic flower that was given to me in a rack. The other half is back there. And it's actually behind this rim. And still there's plenty of room for the clock hands to move. And then I started layering all my little, what are they called? Gears. This one here is a wooden gear, or I forgot what they call it. Anyway, it was also from a rack. I sprayed it with the same colors that I have out there. So I did a whole collection of gears. One little screw here from Tim Holtz. And there's actually another one tucked under here. That's another Tim Holtz screw. Another Tim Holtz, this is a Tim Holtz bulb in here. So I layered all the gears, layered my flowers all around, and then added some beads, some glass beads all over. And that is, they come in this package here that I picked up at Tuesday morning, so I just threw them all in here while I was trying to work with it. They might stay in there. Another flower here. And then, let's see what else. I wanted to add chain, and I just picked up more chain from Michael's when I was getting the other stuff. They come in, hold on one second. They're still on clearance, this pack of chain that they were like $2.99. I didn't pick up the black one because they didn't have black at the time when I first bought these a while back. So I saw the black and I bought 2 packages of them because I love black. So I used one, the whole thing, and it's not here. It's on already, and I just added it so that it would kind of cross. I didn't want it completely crossing, just dangle. And the way I attached it is with this I just got today. I went to Joann's on my lunch break because I knew the Tim Holtz stuff, or the scrapbooking stuff, was 40% off, and they were doing that 25% off your entire purchase again. So I had a few bucks left from some sales that I made. I wanted to pick up more things, and then I came across this 7 Gypsies loops and hooks antique brass, and it's these things. There's not many in here, but they were on sale, I think, or maybe not, I don't know. They were only $2 something, so I figured I was just going to use my coupon on it. And they come with this little hook thing and this little S hook thingy, and you can attach stuff, and it also has a sticky, but I took that off and hot glued mine down. So the way I put it is, I put it, let's see if I could see it, right there. And with that S hook, I attached the chain and just started going around and wrapping around underneath this bell and coming down through that thing that I was showing you, right? Look like that. And through both the holes that it has. Sorry, it's going out of me. Come down and then go back up again to attach to another one of those S hooks up underneath here. But before I finish, I added this beaded, this comes from a necklace, these 2 beads, and they look like, I had a necklace and it was like large beads, and then it went down to small beads, so I had some pieces left. So that's what it looks like. And I attached that, and on the end of that I attached this really cool, this used to be an earring. I think there was 2 of them, and that was given to me in Iraq, but the color of those stones is the same as my clock. So I thought that would be cute and something, you know, for more movement. On the loop thingy that I have here, I attached a key, which I'm not sure if it's Tim Holtz or if it's just one of those metal things that they sell now. And then a little clock. So all of that is just dangling there. So, let me look and see if I'm missing anything. I might be, I don't know. I did, oh yeah. Once I was done, again, I whitewashed everything with some gesso. I just love that look. This kind of reminds me of an undersea type of steampunk, you know, like, I don't know if any of you played games. My husband used to play a lot of, what was it called? Oh, I can't remember the game, but it was like an under ocean thing, and it was steampunkish. Biosphere, I think it was called. I loved watching it just because of the scenery and all that, and it kind of reminds me of that. He actually made me do a wallpaper for him on my Photoshop with the theme, you know, and it was really cool. So it kind of reminded me of that. I just love all the gadgets on here. And it works, so I'm really excited about that. And the timer works too, and it actually rings. It's so cool. And then the little light that goes off. You can see it there better now. Let me turn it this way. Isn't that cool? Has a little light, and in the dark, it looks even cooler. It lights up this whole side here. So there you go. I'm done with it. I finally did something I've been wanting to do. I didn't mention it, I don't think, but because I'm still wanting to do my shadow box. the configuration box, and I haven't gotten to it yet. But this is just getting me closer and closer to making like little scenes like this for that. Now I need to work on my Mother's Day card for my mom, because I'm not going to see her for Mother's Day, but I will be seeing her next weekend. She's going to be in town, and then I need a birthday card for my dad while they're here, and something else. But anyway, thank you all for watching. I will catch you next time. Bye now.